I'm Sergeant White with the Colorado State Patrol. Welcome to our second episode of Automotive Safety Tips. Some things that you can do in your spare time right now to make sure your vehicle is safe. If you missed our first one, you can check it out in the links below. Now, I know this is a foreign concept to many of you. You probably have never popped the hood of your vehicle, never looked underneath. There are some important things. This is what we call an engine. We have an air filter over there. We've got a couple other fluid reservoirs. So we're going to look through just a couple of the basic things. We're not going to expect you to be a mechanic, and it's always best to consult your owner's manual for this. Don't rely solely on my advice. These are just some general tips that are going to help keep you safe. We're going to check the washer fluid. We'll check the engine oil. But one thing you can start on while you're looking under here is look at your wires. There's a lot of black wires in here, maybe some silver ones. Look at them and make sure nothing is frayed, nothing is sticking out that kind of looks scary. Rabbits and bunnies do like to get under the engine of the car because it's warm, and the wiring is soy-based, so they do chew on it, and I know that from experience. They can cause quite a bit of damage. So just make sure everything looks okay, nothing looks like it's frayed or concerning, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, so I got my trusty washer fluid. I'm going to go ahead and top off the reservoir. Now, for me, I try not to make a mess, so I'm just going to use a funnel. Problem is I don't have a funnel, so I'm going to use the next best thing. What trooper doesn't carry traffic cones? So I'm going to stick this cone right there in the, somewhere in that reservoir. Probably should have opened this bottle beforehand. Then I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to pour it in. Give or take a few gallons. We'll see how much it fills up. If your funnel doesn't seem to be working, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe, yeah. So I got a plug, but it looks like it's full, so I think we're good to go. We'll move on to the next thing. One of the things that you want to make sure to take a look at, if you can, is your battery. Now, electric vehicles are going to be a little bit different. Hybrid vehicles are different. But in most gas vehicles, you're going to be able to find a battery. Now, mine is a fuse box here. I have it located elsewhere. But I can still find the terminals that are where I would jump the vehicle. I can pop this cap, take a look around the top, make sure there's no corrosion. There's not a bunch of white debris around it. It doesn't look kind of weird. If you do see your battery, make sure it's not leaking, but don't open it. Don't mess with that battery. It is a sealed battery for a reason. But just do a quick visual, make sure everything looks okay. Now, if your car's sitting for a prolonged period of time, there are things called parasitic drains. There's just naturally occurring drains. So your battery is going to drain over time. So you want to make sure that you're starting it every probably 2 weeks. And what that'll do is that'll get it to recharge and refresh and make sure that you're not having to buy a new battery ideally. So if it is sitting, just try and at least get it running for a little bit if possible. If you're taking 2 vehicles by chance for your necessary travel, rotate between the 2 of them just so that both of them can get that time to get out and run and make sure everything's running smoothly. Well, I took the time to read the owner's manual, and I know that to check the oil, I need to pull up the little yellow thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see how the oil's looking. So that obviously is not the dipstick. For the actual dipstick, still yellow thing. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. I'm going to take my handy dandy paper towel, wipe down the end of it. We'll make sure it's clean, and then we're actually going to take it and we're going to put it back down in. So make sure you take it all the way back down. You're going to bring it back out. Now, as you look at it, there are a couple marks on here. Mine happens to say safe or add. As long as it's between those 2 lines, I know it's good to drive. The reason I wipe it off first is to make sure that I'm properly checking the level and I'm not pulling up the residual on the sides as I pull up the dipstick. Also, I'm going to look at the oil color. This one is very clean. I know that I've changed it fairly recently. It's not dirty. It's not black. That would be concerning. That's something that you want to look for. Get your oil changed if it is that point. So go ahead and stick that back down in there. Maybe. Okay, and let's check out the next thing. We hope you enjoyed these tips that we've given you. Yes, they are pretty basic, but they are some great things to keep checking on your vehicle every month or so. It's better to check them out in the safety of your home as opposed to on the side of the road. So now's a great time to do it, and we hope you enjoyed it again, and take care.